Okay, okay, let's see if we can sort out the light here. Um, Maybe it's not that bad actually. Hold on. Yeah, I think we're good. But let me know if you can see me and if you can hear me as well. Um, yeah, can you hear me? Okay, okay, wonderful, wonderful. This is a public live stream. It's early morning, 10 past 6 here in Norway. And I was up yesterday watching the bullshit show, as I call it. Um, Now, watching the press conference by the, sorry, by the Norwegian government. Um, To be honest with you, I don't really care so much about those people and what they are saying, but I was told by my wife that I should keep because she was making dinner actually. Yeah, so I got the task of listening to these people because it sort of affects us, and yeah, so I'm up to date on the situation in Norway when it comes to the rules and regulations and all that. Wolf, thanks a lot for the donation. Very much appreciated. Thanks a lot. Um, American Misfit says you're looking extra savage today. It must be the glasses. Yeah, I had to admit that I was starting to get my vision is a little bit like I don't see. I see okay, but this short distance here, it's a bit blurry. So, um, but my vision is perfect when there is some distance. But okay. Refined hazy Appalachian. Thanks a lot there. Thanks a lot for the donation. Yeah, I know they are losing, and we're seeing desperate people now. That's what they are. But okay, let me try to explain what I believe is happening now. We don't have the V passports yet in Norway, but during that press conference where they pretty much said that, well, um, we're giving up, we can't control this, so go out and get drunk. Um, because they implemented rules that made forced restaurants, bars, and so on to close pretty much. Or maybe not close, but it was very difficult, and they went bankrupt. Lots of those pubs and restaurants and so on. But anyway, so now they can open again, and it's like I don't care. Yeah, I care about those people working there, but anyway. The most interesting part there was that they said that we're not implementing the V or C pass now, but we are looking into it. And if yeah, they said something like, if when we find that how this should be done, it will be implemented. They said something like that. So it's it's coming now. I think the first thing I said when I started talking about this whole mess was actually that this this pass system, this segregation must never happen. It must not be respected because it will potentially be the most harmful thing long term that this does to our society. Now, Norway has been, from a business or commercial viewpoint, been analyzed. And one of the best things about Norway, let's say you want to trade, you come from a different country and you want to look into trading with people in Norway, well, commercially, right? It's a high trust kind of society. It's kind of unique in Europe, actually. And that's a huge advantage. Norway is very expensive, so that's a drawback. It's very difficult to have production of anything in Norway because of the very high wages here. But we have the high trust. That makes everything easier. So what we do know about segregation is that it takes away the trust, because typically you will only trust people from your own group. You will have a lot of distrust from people from other groups and so on. And when they implement, which they will do, this V-Pass system, that trust will be gone. That's what I see that coming. It's we already have less trust, much less trust than we used to have, especially less trust in the government, which is a good thing. But this segregation will harm us, and it won't help. You know, the even the health authorities here have said that it won't help. So it's not them saying that we should have this V-Pass system. They're not saying that, but it seems like, first and foremost, journalists, that was they were very eager to ask about that after the press conference. Why are you not implementing the pass system now? And they are so out of touch with people, because Norwegian people, they do not want this V system. There's been polls, and doesn't it doesn't have any support in the population. And now they are saying straight out, these journalists, one of these guys, one of those rotund people there, he said that, well, is it not so that if you implement the V-Pass system, it will force more people to get the V, the Big Mac, a whiskey shot? Just listening to that, these people should be ashamed of themselves. What they should do, I'll tell you what they should do. They should get down on their knees and say that they're sorry. They should resign from their job. Then they should stick their head between their legs and up a certain place and walk away. Yeah, that's what they should do. J-Star, thanks for the donation. Yeah, a hot in Norwegian, a hot cup of coffee by the fireplace. Yeah, I will do that. I will absolutely do that. So, what can I say? Norway's behind a little bit, so most of you guys, you have this nonsense where you live already, so you're used to this, if one can get used to it, I guess. And it's just a big shame. And I don't know. There's a lot to be said about this, and it's like it doesn't at this point. It doesn't really matter that this platform will censor um, certain statements, because we all know what this is about now. It's about control. It has no support in any objective research or objective science. It is about wealth transfer. It is about implementing a new system. And I've said before, this is what we are witnessing is how our society, which used to be a liberal democracy, we're going from that to what I've called feudalism 2.0. And I mean, what can you do? Well, we can establish our own parallel societies, and we should. We should grow our own food. We should connect with people um, that are not buying this nonsense, you know. And we will be much better off. We will be more prosperous. We will be more wealthy. We will be more, and wealthy by that I mean both material wealth and also, much more importantly, we will be much more spiritually and intellectually wealthy. And I think that's the only way. Now, of course, it's interesting to to ask yourself: will these people hunt us down? Uh, will they make it so that you can't have a homestead? Which is a very interesting discussion, and a discussion that we need to have as well, because I've said many times that it's if you can have a homestead, it's ideal. You should, but I see a lot of preppers, especially preppers, Um, Alan, I'm not. I'm. Is that me? Or out of all people, I'm not living in a fantasy world. You know that. So yeah, as I said, it's an interesting discussion that we need to have. If you have a homestead, which I think if you can, you should have. Will you be left in peace there? How far away from the grid do you need to go? So many preppers, they will say that, well, I have my homestead, so I'm okay now, and that's their only plan. But I think at least you need to have plans for leaving that homestead, because if you look at world history and present history, lots of people they become refugees because they don't want to, they have to, and I don't know, because typically, a recession or hard times, a depression, uh, if that happens, at least you left in peace. But if we get segregation, typically the minority is not allowed to own anything, or at least, that's, yeah. So, but I'm not going to get into that discussion now. Martin Kampsobi, wow, thanks a lot for that awesome donation. I'll translate there. Greetings from Denmark. It doesn't look good for freedom. Um, Good luck with everything, from Martin. Um, so, well, thank you, Linda. Thanks a lot. So I think the only, well, the most dangerous thing you can do is to decide upfront that this is what will happen, and I will plan for only that. You need to have plans for all the scenarios that you can imagine. Um, and I see a lot of people are writing in the comments that, die standing up, die fighting, which I absolutely, I really, I do understand. But in reality, well, if it comes to that, it comes to that. But in reality, and some of you will hate me saying this, but in reality, you have to run sometimes, or most times. If you can, maybe you should, because it's not only you. For most people, they have kids, and it's no good. I mean, it becomes very different. Much more, it becomes much more difficult when you're not sacrificing only your own life, but your kids' lives as well. You really can't do that. So you need to do what you can so it doesn't come to that. But you should never comply. You should never give away your freedom. You should never become their slave. No. Yeah, well, you can give me a super chat, as many people have done already. If you really want me to see your message in the chat. Um, yeah, lots of people have great fighting spirits here. That's awesome. I just want everyone to be realistic about this, because it's almost never something that affects only you. As I said, if you have kids, well, if you say that, well, I will die fighting, well, so what? You do. But then what happens to your kids? So we need to take that into consideration, and we need to be smart, and we need to understand that this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And I do think that we are winning, and I do think that what we are seeing is the tyrants getting desperate. So this is a good sign, actually, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. We must hold the line. We must not comply. We must be stoic. We must remain calm. Big Chief says, if we don't fight back, then what happens to our kids? I'm not saying you shouldn't fight back, but I'm saying that you should explore other alternatives before you do that. Listen, it's like these people don't care what happens to you. Well, they do. They want you gone, you know. And there, unless you're some kind of superhuman being, and none of us are, you won't win that fight. You need to come together with other people. You really have to, you know. So yeah, exactly. N. Porter, fight, run, hide, do what you need to, but do not comply. Um, yeah, I can't really follow the chat now, so it's moving fast, which is awesome. I think those who, on one hand, they manage to keep remembering and sticking to their principles, and on the other hand, being flexible, adapting to the situation while keeping true to those principles. If you can do that, you will see this through. You will get out on the other end as a winner. And I really do believe that we need to be able to adapt, and we need to be less emotional about this as well. That's easier said than done, but I really think that we need to. If you look at, if you read any, if you read old literature about how a ruler or a fighter, more, like the Book of Five Rings, for instance, uh, or the Håvamål. Why didn't I mention the Håvamål, which is the perfect example? Um, the message is that you should be wise. You shouldn't be emotional about this. You should analyze the situation, and you should keep doing that. And you should choose your strategy wisely. Um, and if you get all emotional about this, and you raise your fist in the air now, I did like these people are doing now. That's I didn't mean to, but chances are you it's very easy to. That's not the way to win this. So yeah, I was trying to keep my arm within the screen here. Yeah, I'm freaked out as well, Linda. Absolutely, and I'm still. There are still times when I feel like it's a dream, you know. Um, Riff Magos, thanks a lot for becoming a member to the channel. That's very much appreciated. Um, so let's see here. Um, I can't really. There in the chat now. There are discussions within between people. So I I've made that mistake before. I think the comment is directed at me when it's not. But yeah, it never ends, Rodrigo. It's 2022, yet it's still 2020. Um, so yeah, it's moving fast now, which is great. But anyway, what can I say? I was not surprised by what these people had to say, but it's like I'm disappointed because they really shouldn't do what they're doing, and they also no, I don't look up anything. I have a rule. I know what that is, of course, but I won't. I'm not looking up anything um, if I don't want to. If I haven't decided to do so, but they were standing there saying things, that simply are not true. That I think that's the biggest issue I have with these people. Um, and it's not only that they are saying things that some people in the field of, in the medical field believe is wrong or true. It's not like they are saying things that has some support. They are actually now saying things that doesn't have any support. Not even by the companies making this mystery juice. It's like and I really have to stress this because it's important to understand that at least what they said last night there. Not even these companies are claiming that. Not even the companies selling this to them is claiming that. So they are making up stuff. They are making up a narrative which simply is not true. And I mean, if you can't see that this is about changing our society, if you can't see that, if you haven't seen that by now, I don't know what to say to you. I mean, I think the problem is art, music, literature. Thanks a lot for the donation. Sending love, stay strong. Absolutely. We need to. Yeah, and as I was saying, I think the problem is that there are so many people out there who will stick to whatever these institutions tell them, like the government and mainstream media. And it's scary because it really shows you how a population or like a nation or a nation states or like a population, how a population can be led astray. And we it shouldn't be a mystery to anyone how atrocities are made possible, because enough people out there believe that whatever their government, their politicians tell them must be true, and they believe that whatever mainstream media tells them is true. It's on TV, so it must be true. So I don't know what to say. It's again shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone, but yeah, it just shows us how this works, you know. Um, yeah, and anything Billy Boy, yeah, Linda, Billy Boy. How can people trust anything that he has had his sticky fingers into? Uh, I mean, yeah. So, and also, let me just say one thing that I've said many times. Be and this is I'm telling me this, and this is a piece of advice that I'm giving myself, and you can take that advice as well if you want to, or but it's first and foremost something I tell myself. I say that, Bjorn, you must adjust what you think that you know as you gain more information. And because of this, because you can't know everything, you must also never be absolute about truths, right? So I'm seeing a lot of people, they are claiming this and that, and unless it's like it. How should I put this? I don't want to be disrespectful to anyone here, but I do miss a little bit more skepticism. You know, don't be so sure about things. Don't be so sure about things. Try to be okay with not knowing, because there's a lot of uncertainty out there, and we can't know everything. And the danger of maintaining a theory as a truth is that you might be led astray. You might make the wrong decisions. Cringe Kev the Game Cat from Canada, I believe. Thanks a lot for the donation there. M. MD of the North. Thanks a lot for the donation. And yes, regardless of poke status, we should all unite for the sake of freedom. Absolutely. And as I've said many times, this is not about it. I mean, this is not I'm not against, like, I am not in support of segregation with me, which means that I will respect your choice, no matter what that choice is when it comes to this poke thing, because it's not up to me to decide. It's your body, and I expect my choice to be respected as well. That's how it works, or at least that's how it should work. Um, yeah. Yeah, John Smith, I think you didn't get what I tried to say there. I am obviously talking about, I said what I said should be easy to understand, so I won't get into that again. I'm not saying there isn't such a thing as right and there isn't such a thing as wrong. Obviously, there is. But it's like, don't go out there on the internet and find some theory that fits your already established views on things and then stick to that. Don't do that, because no. Mark Mini, thanks a lot for becoming a member to the channel. Yeah, so another thing I want to just share with you is that if you're the kind of person now standing up to this, like, for instance, myself, I don't have the poke, and I'm not going to. Big surprise there. That's my choice, and I will never let anyone change that. Also, I will not refrain from speaking up. I will speak up. I will use my voice. So, and I'm one of many people doing that. There should be more of us. There should be more of us. Hold on. There are some trolls here. I'll try to get rid of the troll. Okay. Sorry about that. No, okay. I mean, you people, discussing this DRUG thing here, you must really grow up and understand that you're not welcome doing that in the chat, okay? And you will be blocked. And if I see you again, you will be blocked again. But okay, if you're that kind of person who you're sticking to your principles and you're not afraid to speak your mind, the respect you get is quite immense. And maybe the people who respect you the most are actually those who dare not do what you're doing. And they might have been coerced into making a choice they didn't want to make, and so on. But and they won't tell you or show you any respect, but it's there. So I just want everyone to keep that in mind. Most people, I hope, I think, are still able to see the difference between good people and bad people. And most people, and this is something I want to believe, I want to believe that most people are still able to see that what's going on, it's wrong. Again, I might be wrong there, but it's one of those things that I really want to believe. So I'll stick to that. I really want to believe that most people, a majority, still understand that this is wrong. Let's see here. I need to take care of the trolls. Yeah, because what I did was I in the settings here I tried to, I won't get into details, but apparently my little tweak there was not enough. So I'll go back to my next live stream. I will go back to my former settings, because this did let some trolls in, and I'm sorry about that. Just scrolling up here, I don't want any of these people here. Chris Holmes, glad that you're here. Again, I'm sorry about this. There's a lot of, I want to believe that these people are like 14 years old, sitting in their mother's basement. No, I think Andrew says, yeah, Andrew, you have no idea what I've seen. Yeah, the moderation thing doesn't really work that well, because I don't do these live streams. I don't have a schedule, Yeah. Um, okay, sorry about that. I think they are gone. Um, yeah, interesting, isn't it? What would a Viking do? Um, and there are two sides to that, actually. Our perception of the Vikings is very much shaped by modern culture. In reality, the Viking, or should I say, the Norse society was segregated, and it was based on trust. It was also based on people staying in their place, so to speak, so that all the functions um, were working together, right? So they would probably accept a lot, and they had to. And if you look at history, they accepted a lot. Common people. What they did not accept was to have their local democracies taken away, and that's why they killed so many of their, um, at least in Norway, so many of the kings, because they, yeah. So there are two sides to that, and it's quite interesting. But okay, um, what is the end game? Well, lots of people are saying this is the end game. I don't think this is the end game. Um, I'm tempted to say that there are certain people with a lot of power who want complete control, and they want every entity, everything in the world um, put into an inventory, if you know what I mean. And they want complete control over you and all assets, everything. So I guess that would be the end game for them to get there. I think it's completely unrealistic. It's a dream dreamt. It's these people who have this vision. They do not understand nature. There's a lot of hubris going on here, and even if everyone just gave up and knelt and got down on their knees, it wouldn't work because nature is so much more powerful than these people. um, so let me. I'm going to end this live stream soon, but let me just say that there's a reason why good people, intelligent people, why their most important message now is connect with nature. Connecting with nature. It's not about walking into the forest to get a relief from the stress of modern life. It can be that as well, and it should be that as well. But connecting with nature goes goes deeper, much deeper than that. If you connect with nature, you become powerful, and it makes enables you to see how little how little power your government and your these power hungry tyrants, how little power they have in reality. And I could talk about that for a long time. I won't do that now, but connect with nature. There's wisdom there. And we need that wisdom. We need that. Again, it's not about some hippie, naive idea of people sitting around a campfire holding hands. It's not about that. Again, you can do that if you want, but it's not about that. It's it's actually quite difficult to formulate, at least for me as a Norwegian. But to me, nature is this huge, huge thing, and I'm a part of nature. And out there in the fringe or the out here somewhere, that's the the government, that's the Bill Gates of the world, and these people, and they're making a noise out there, but it's not very loud, and it's like I can look at them, and I can look at them and what idiots, um and it's like I have immense respect for nature, and there's a lot of love in that respect. um it's a it's a positive kind of respect, and I have no respect for these people over here making that noise. No respect, no respect at all, and no love at all. um so Plume says, just spotted there now, I am nature. Yes, yes. It's that simple. It's that simple, you know. Very well put. Thank you. Um, so okay, I will. Yeah, lots of people have some comments here now, but the thing is, I didn't bring the cable for my laptop computer into my office here. I'm going to take actually 3 days off from writing. I have some tasks. I have a lot of I have to process a lot of firewood, and I just threw it all in my trailer. No, trailer is no. What's it called? Yeah, well, I think trailer. Um, anyway, it's there a lot. It's been lying there for weeks. So I'm going to have to process all of that into firewood and get all the firewood into the shed. So that's my project um, for today and maybe tomorrow. And I'm going to spend time outside, and I'm going to be out in nature. So yeah. Um, uh, Anarchy Tattoo Studios from Bronx, New York. Thanks a lot for the donation. A part of the Bible states no man shall buy or sell. You see that as relevant to the current events, not to be a religious debate, just odd. It's what's happening. Just curious of your thoughts. I think that now I've read the Bible. Now I haven't read the entire Bible in one sitting, but I've read most of the Bible. But I can't remember that, and I think I shouldn't try to have an opinion on that because I need to know the context. So, but thanks for the question. Yeah. Okay. So I think actually I'm going to have to just end the live stream because the battery on the laptop computer is running out. So there we have it. Stay strong. Oh yeah, I have to show you. I injured myself. Can you see that? Yeah, I've taken all my knives out of the different places where they were and put them in a beautiful wooden case on my desk, and I'm in the process of sharpening those of my knives that were dull. Yeah. So I cut myself doing that. I felt really sorry for myself. It was a cut at least 2 millimeters last night. So, but anyway, I think I'll survive. So that's all for now. Have a wonderful day. Stay strong. Or night. Many of you, it's late for you. Midnight. Yeah. Okay. Have a wonderful day or night, and I'll talk soon.